never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the All Elite Zone podcast on YouTube and Twitch. We are here for our AEW Dynamite live reaction. This is the go home show to AEW Wrestle Dream, AEW's newest pay-per-view. This it came real fast. This whole week I thought it was next weekend actually. But yeah, tonight should be a pretty good show. Looks like it might be me on the night, but yeah, it should be a really, really good card tonight. I was just seeing the comments. Davis, thanks for watching. Almost Dynamite time. Yeah, it's almost. We just got Big Bang Theory. That's nearly what was on before. Here we go. Mike seen they have just added Brian Cage, Claudia with Nick Jackson. Yeah, I just seen that. They had that video with Tony Khan and they also added Ray Phoenix and Jeff Jarrett for the AEW International Championship. And the winner of that three-way goes against Ray Phoenix or Jeff Jarrett next week on the 4th anniversary of AEW Dynamite. Yeah, there we go. AEW is in Denver, Colorado. I wonder what match is starting off. We're starting off with the match they just announced on social media: Ray Phoenix and Jeff Jarrett. I think it's said that Ray Phoenix is definitely winning this. He just won it last week. I know he wasn't supposed to win it last week, but there's no sense to just kill him after he just won it. And he's going to make a great international champion, even if he was supposed to win it or not. Mark Garcia, thanks for watching. I know we talked a little bit on Twitter. What match for you, Mark, and everyone else? What match are you guys looking forward to the most on Dynamite? We have at least 4 matches announced. Normally, there's about 5 or 6 on Dynamite, so they might add something during the show under the bottom, like they normally do. Personally, for me, I'm looking forward to match-wise. I'm looking forward to that triple threat now. If anyone doesn't know, I'm a big Brian Cage fan, so anything with Brian Cage, I'm pretty psyched for anything Brian Cage, but I'm also looking forward to the Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland contract signing. The story is very interesting. I'm glad that they're continuing to use Swerve Strickland and giving him TV time, and hopefully he wins at Wrestle Dream. He doesn't really need another loss. Mark says the 4-way for me. The 4-way is should be pretty good too. It's all 3 people in that are brothers: Matt Jackson, Pentagon. Well, they're brothers of the match that's going to be happening at Wrestle Dream. Austin Gunn, Pentagon, and Matt Jackson. I believe Orange Cassidy's in that match tonight as well. Of course, he's definitely not a brother to anyone. He's teaming up with Hook, I believe, at Wrestle Dream. Ray Phoenix is always debuting new gear every week, it seems like. I wonder how many gear, like at his house, all the gear that he has, like, it's probably an insane amount of, and like, he's toyetic. You can make a lot of money off of his tights. It's never gonna get old making a. Oh, that was good. Oh, damn. that was interesting. He just took 3 guys out at once. Thanks for watching. Jeff Jarrett's theme is a banger. But yeah, I like Jeff Jarrett's theme song. It's basically his TNA theme song in the mix with Jay Lethal's theme song. I'm glad that they were able to take that from Impact and get that theme song. They've done it with a few other people. Christian Cage, they're using his theme song from TNA. I wish they would get Sting's TNA theme song. I like his AEW theme song, but his TNA theme song is a little bit more upbeat, a little bit. I know they had RVD on AEW a few times. I'd like to see if they could get his Impact theme song. Impact's pretty easy to get any theme song from guys like that. I'm pretty sure I have to pay something for it, but it wouldn't be as much money as a song like The Final Countdown or Jack Perry's song. I forget what it's called, but that costs a lot of money. Kieran Jarrett. What does everyone think of Kieran Jarrett? You guys like her in AEW, or did you think that that they needed her with Jeff Jarrett on AEW? Ooh, that was good. Satnam Singh. That'd have been a good match tonight there than that. That'd have been something. Already in picture. Shows started 6 minutes ago and already in picture. Murr Bradley, thanks for watching. How's the show going? We just started about 5-6 minutes ago. In the first match, Ray Phoenix and Jeff Jarrett just announced maybe an hour ago. That match was announced. I think Karen likes trouble. It seems like it. She's always trying to cheat for Jeff Jarrett and all that. So what got AEW Wrestle Dream this weekend? What matches is anyone looking forward to on that? No, they have about 8 or 9 matches announced. Personally, I'm looking forward to Christian Cage and Darby Allin. That's the one match I'm looking forward to. I wonder if that match main events, because if the person everyone's thinking that's going to be in AEW, I feel like you'd want that towards the main event. I feel then again, I think the main event might be Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. because that's the first match that they announced. It's called Wrestle Dream. That's really the only dream match that's really on the card. And Swerve Strickland and Hangman should be a good match. It's not really a dream match I would picture. Like, I wouldn't picture it as a dream match, really. Personally, for me, I don't think that's a dream match. Might get a few more matches announced tonight for pay-per-view. For me, I don't know. Edge might debut. He might cost. He might cost Christian. No, he might cost Darby the match, and why don't they have them heels starting out in AEW? Wonder if they would. I would like to see FTR, so that would be a really, really good tag team match. What do you guys think? Would you guys like to see FTR versus Edge and Christian for the AEW Tag Team Championships? I think that would be a pretty big match. That's a dream match. One match that I love to have seen if one person was still living and one was in his prime, FTR versus the Hart Foundation, Jim Neidhart and Bret Hart. That'd have been a really good match. There's a lot of matches like AR and Rock and Roll Express in the prime. Who else? So there's a lot of teams. The British Bulldog and the Dynamite Kid and FTR. That'd have been a good match. All right, we're back. Davis looking forward to TR Aussie Open. That should be a good match. I'm looking forward to Swerve against Hangman. That should be a good match. I'm going for Swerve in that one. I actually like the build that they've had to that. Hangman's pretty much dominated the whole entire feud. They Hangman beat Brian Cage, and then they beat Brian Cage and Gates of Agony the ROH six-man championships. So they really need Swerve to win on their team. Might get swept 3-zip out of the whole feud. Karen Jarrett just get knocked down. Or do they? Oh, he just ejected them again. Jeff Jarrett. Aubrey's always ejecting them a lot. The Resident Evil AMC. Thanks for watching. Are you watching? You're watching AEW, I guess. If you are watching AEW, how are you watching DirecTV, Dish? I'm curious to see how people are watching Dynamite these days because the ratings are up and down in AEW. But a lot of people doesn't have cable like they used to, like Dish or Direct, or because it's cost so much over the years. They've upped the price over and over and over and over. Yeah, how are you watching Dynamite tonight? Because she hates Karen. Yeah, yeah, she doesn't like Karen. I remember when they went against each other on Rampage. It was I forget who teamed it with Aubrey, but they went against Jeff Jarrett and I believe Karen. Yeah, Karen Jarrett was in that match. I believe. Got one Direct TV, YouTube TV. That's all I'm watching on my phone. I watch it every week on YouTube TV. Oh, low blow. It would be a crying shame if they had three things already lose. Uh, I believe in the Nissan ratings that they do count Hulu TV and YouTube TV now alongside the cable because YouTube TV and Hulu TV are the two main. Of course, there's other ones like Sling TV and other stuff, but those are the two main big popular way people are watching TV besides cable, YouTube TV, and Hulu TV. So they counted that towards the ratings. Not a lot of people know that, but they have. Oh, going the bottom row. I thought Aubrey Edwards ejected them. Yeah, there's like four of them out there. Satnam Singh, golly, is knocked down. Satnam Singh's a hard dude to knock down. Figure four, leg lock. Roll over one, two. Oh, he got it. Ray Phoenix picks up the win and retains his first title defense. That's a pretty decent match. Now, what is a Nissan box? Uh, do they still have those now these days? It's the first time I've heard of this stuff. I heard of Nissan. And they paid for us to have it. That's good. Yeah, here we go, Adam Cole. Yeah, I remember last week that it was a whole thing that he got hurt in that match last week. He I don't know what the injury was, but he left the arena in crutches. But it looks like the match is still on for Wrestle Dream. Had MJF and Adam Cole. I'm glad they haven't broken up because we're still getting stuff like this. Because they've had some really funny like video packages that they've done, like the volleyball stuff, and then the went to that one restaurant. I forget what it was called. Longhorn. I believe those Longhorn Steakhouse. How they get the ratings from boxes they set in people's homes. I wonder if they still make those, or how they determine how YouTube TV and Hulu TV works. Because I've seen that they count those now to the regular cable viewers. Oh, you've had more than one friends before, Max. You had the whole Pinnacle, and then you had the Inner Circle, and then you had Willow at first. I wonder if he actually had something fishing, and they actually pulled the fish out. I doubt they have anything though. Oh, Captain Insano. They pissed Captain Insano off. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. Captain Insano has returned to the world of professional wrestling. Even if it's not a professional wrestling ring, he's returned. They need to put him in AEW Fight Forever, Captain Insano, and like create the hair again. Don Callis and Nikishita, Tokyo, Japan. I'm glad. I really like that Captain Insano. What was the movie that he was on? Was it The Water Boy with Adam Sandler? No, it was an Adam Sandler movie. We hear from the Don Callis family next. Seems like Don Callis has always got some kind of mark on his head, or someone's always beating him up. I remember a fan actually beat him up. He was at AAA. I don't know why he was there. If he was managing someone or what he was doing there, but he got beat up by a fan. I wonder although like they actually took him serious with his character, or they just had like real life heat with each other. I don't know. I will say next Wednesday we will be having. As of right now, everything's still going on the plan. Next Wednesday, an hour before Dynamite, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Uh, yeah, an hour before Dynamite, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. We will be having former WWE star and former TNA star, The Pope, Elijah Burke in WWE. He will be on here for an interview. An hour before Dynamite. As of right now, everything's set to go. If something does change, of course, we'll be posting on social media, on our Twitter and Facebook pages, or we'll announce it on here. But as of right now, everything's still set to go. Of course, things can always happen last minute, like we had. We're supposed to have the hours, but luckily we had Eric Rowan on here. But we've had a lot of interviews, a lot of good ones. We've had Buddy Matthews, Alex Shelley, Matt Taven's been on here, Sabu. He's not like the main legend we had. We just had Ahmed Johnson. few maybe a month or two back. Yeah, the Pope will be on here. I have a lot of questions to ask him. The first moment I ever noticed, like the first time I ever seen him, was not the first time you would anticipate seeing a wrestler, like seeing a wrestler for the first time. And I'm not gonna say what happened, but I'm just gonna say the match was the Pope and Suicide. If you know what happened, you know what happened. Not the way I would want to picture the first time seeing him. Uh, Mark Garcia, they come to your house, ask if you're willing to. Uh, I was living out in the country when they came out our ranch. Yeah, those are they give they gave a box to every single person living in the household. That's how they're able to. Now you answered. Now I get it now, because the news in the when they used to do the charts, they would have each they would have like each category, like you got the 12 to 24-year olds, and then you got the 50 plus group, and then that's how. Because I always wondered how they're able to track kids that watch, so that's how they do it. And they just I wonder if they still do that. I would actually do that. If they had it for YouTube TV, and I doubt they do, but I seen it somewhere that they counted them. But the more you know, I didn't know that. I just can't stand finding myself liking Don Callis. Yeah, a lot of people don't like. Now that uh, now Don Callis actually gets pure boos in the crowd. Like when he comes out, they boo the heck out of him. They're trying to do the same thing in WWE with Dominic Mysterio, but you can tell that they're pumping in crowd reactions. That's fake noise, essentially. You would say it doesn't sound like an actual. Like right now, you can. So that's pure booze he's getting. But with Dominic, you can tell. Of course, there probably is a lot of actual fans booing him, but it just sounds very different in WWE. The way they do that. Don Callis is evil. I'm gonna call and try to get it. Uh, I'm sure it's yeah. I'm pretty sure it's different now how they count and stuff like that. I'm actually gonna try to call DirecTV or see if they actually still do that. Yeah, real boost. Yeah, you can tell when even when The Rock returned a, like a week or two ago, you could tell it sounded different. Like wrestling fans know what a real like if you've been watching wrestling for years and years, you know what chants sound real and what doesn't. It just sounds like I don't know. It doesn't sound like an actual chant, and I'm pretty sure for The Rock they could have they didn't really need that the pump and fake chant or boos or cheers or anything. You know, that's The Rock. If no one did make a crowd reaction, then you get that's The Rock. If he's not getting a crowd reaction, I don't know what will. Uh, he's the main guy that gets a crowd reaction wherever he goes. Like he goes to Impact Wrestling, and he gets the biggest crowd reaction of the night. May not be as loud as WWE or AEW's would be, but it'd be actual cheers. Wonder if Will Ospreay shows up tonight. Yeah, I've been to a lot of wrestling shows over the years. I've been TNA, WWE, AEW, independent events. No, they didn't. I went to the last time I went to a WWE show was in 2017, I believe. No, it may have been 2016 or 2017. I believe the last WWE event I went to was SmackDown when Mickey James returned, and you could tell that what they started at during 2019 or when the pandemic started and they had the Thunderdome, and they just carried it through when after the pandemic was over and they just carried it through they just kept doing it. Damn. I don't know who this guy is, but I'm about to beat the hell out of him. But this is what they were doing in Tokyo, Japan. Is that Kota Ibushi? That's Kota Ibushi. I'm pretty sure he could beat up Takeshita in a real fight. Yeah, that looks like. Yeah, that's Kota Ibushi. There's no way he should be. Damn. That didn't even phase Kota Ibushi. Don Kels might finally get his. Unless what Ospreay sticks. Yeah. This is a lot. That's pre-taped. Is this their way? Is this their way of writing him off the match? I hope not, because Kota Ibushi needs to be in that match. But if there's some kind of travel issue or something, this is their way of writing him off, I guess. Yeah, that looked like that Kesta had that weight ball that looked like a weight ball. That's what it looked like. Something round. How many times have for you? Yeah, I'm not. I don't think they would write. I mean, if the only reason I can think of they write him off is unless he hasn't wrestled very often. Last time he wrestled in AEW was at All In. It had to be a travel issue or a personal issue if he couldn't be there. Now that's a real crowd chant. They're saying "F you, Sammy." That's a real crowd chant. Not gonna get more real than that. They've turned him face, heel, face, heel. He was actually starting to get cheered again when they before he turned back heel again. He was finally getting cheered again in a little bit. Um, Mark says no, he's not completely healthy, but still he needs to be at Wrestle Dream. Yeah, they announced this match last. It was on Rampage that Omega made the save for Jericho. I think they announced it this last week on Rampage. So I feel like they would have known already if he wouldn't have been available. So they shouldn't have even announced him if he wasn't going to be available. They should have just already not booked him, but I think he still might be there. Maybe it's just part of their storyline. Hopefully, AEW Collision highlights of Bryan Danielson and Ricky Starks. Might have survived, but yeah, they reported this on Twitter. Ricky Starks is getting heated. Well, that's one way to put it. How you feel about someone. Yeah, he did say ranking system, which they've kind of abandoned that, but they really should bring it back because it makes makes everything more. They never should have done away with it. It's what made AEW different than any other wrestling company. That no real wrestling company's ever done a ranking system like had done it like that. It's confirmed Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta for Wrestle Dream. This is gonna be a pretty good match. Ricky Starks should definitely pick up that win since he lost Brian Dixon twice. Now this is the 4-way or 3-way. I'll know whichever Young Buck comes out. Yeah, they should bring it back. Yeah, to be honest, they did bring it back after Wrestle Dream. This is a 3-way. Nate Jackson's in a 3-way. Now this is going to be a pretty Brian Cage and Claudio Castagnoli in the same ring together. That's going to be very interesting. And with the high flyer like Nick Jackson. Nick Jackson isn't winning because he's going to be in. The Young Bucks are going to be in that match. What is it, Matt? It's the yes, the Young Bucks, Lucha Bros, Guns, and Orange City, and every Wednesday it's a tag team title shot anytime they want. I mean, you could win this, but I don't see. It's either Brian Cage or Claudio winning this match. Anything to add at this point is gravy. I was ranking system that it was very different than the way it's very different than any other wrestling company that made themselves very different. But then for a while, FTR, for example, was number one for months and they never got a title shot. So there's pros and cons to it. Big Mouth Callus is always spotting off. He underestimates Jericho, Kenny, and Kota Ibushi. Not sure if that's spelled. Yeah, you spelled Kota Ibushi right. Just put a space in Kota and Ibushi. Well, IBUSHI. So, what does everyone think about the current product of AEW? Like, not just each show. Like, if you had to give a grade for the entire company right now, what would you give the entire grade for the AEW programming right now? Like, I wouldn't say a scale of 1 to 10. Like, I guess like A to B, C, D, F. I guess. Like, what would you guys rate the company as a whole right now? Can you see what everyone's answers to that is? Or you can do it. You can do it in grade letter. I don't think Brian Cage has ever been in the ring against Claudio Castagnoli. Damn. There goes Nick Jackson. That didn't take long. Now, this is a match I've always wanted to see. I wanted to see it in Ring of Honor when Claudio was the ROH champion. That would have been a good feud they could have done. Oh, they're actually going to wrestle. I took the high flyer out. Got an 8A. Very good responses. I think I like the build for Wrestle Dream better than I did All Out, which All Out was very last minute. Well, they had two matches announced before, like before they announced the full card. They had Hobbs and Miro and Darby and Luchasaurus, but uh, the build for All Terrarium is probably one of the best this year. All In started out pretty not as bad, not as it was good, but wasn't like as big as it should have been. Like the WrestleMania, 80 plus people there, but it wasn't bad. Bad. Wrestle Dreams build has been really really good. Uh, Especially with Swerve and Hangman, like that's the main feud I like the storytelling of Hangman and Swerve. I'm loving it, but I'm biased being a day one. I'm also a day one fan as well. I became a I became a fan of AEW January 1st, 2019. When did this match get announced? This triple threat got announced the same time they announced Orange, not Orange, Ray Phoenix and Jeff Jarrett match. That they're going to have an open challenge, and they were also going to have a triple threat. Whoever wins triple threat gets a AEW International Championship match next week on the fourth anniversary of AEW Dynamite. It was very last minute, these two matches. They announced it on Twitter with Tony Khan was in it, and him and Renee Paquette. Yeah, I'm a day one fan as well. January 1st, 2019 at 12 a.m. on Being the Elite when they finally announced AEW. That's how long I've been. Now I haven't turned back. I mean, there's been moments where I've not liked the product, or I haven't liked a certain booking decision, or like how they handle certain talent, or stuff like that. But I can't, I can watch, like AEW is watchable to me. Of course, sometimes like the one that I would say that wasn't watchable for AEW was the Dynamite, the Go Home Dynamite for All Out. That wasn't really the best, but there's a lot of travel issues with that. But for the most part, AEW is still watchable. Uh, WWE is a hit or miss. I don't. If I watch, it's very, very. As it on big occasion, I can't sit there and watch WWE for a short amount of time. Like I tried to watch Raw the other night, and I made it past the first hour, and I was done. Uh, yeah, um, when did this? Yeah, yeah. Here lately, they haven't really done that. Which they had two matches announced before the show even started. I know someone asked. Let me find that comment again. David says, "There a women's match tonight? There is a women's match. It's Julia Hart and Willow Nightingale. Building up to Julia Hart versus Chris Statlander at Wrestle Dream. Julia Hart's obviously winning that. If she lost tonight, then there's no reason she should be going for a title." Oh, we caught him. Claudio pushed Nick Jackson off the top rope, and Brian Cage caught him in midair perfectly. We got Claudio and Brian Cage on the top rope. This is a dream match for me, Brian Cage and Claudio. Crossbody. Yeah, I was about to say when he did a crossbody on Brian Cage, then Claudio crossbody on Nick Jackson. Nick Jackson's not going to roll over and pick up Claudio. Just the size difference. Claudio's a pretty big dude to pick up. Oh, uh, Davis says, "I hope Edge comes to AEW." I do too. Uh, I think with the absence of CM Punk and kind of with the black eye on the star power AEW, because they're doing MJF and Adam Cole, which it really takes away from MJF's singles star power ability. But them together is a pretty big deal. But big name wise, I mean Jericho can only do so much, and Moxley can only do so much. I think Edge coming in would really boost AEW to a whole nother level. Uh, and to me, Tony Khan seems more of a not to bash Tony or say bad things about him, but I think that he's more of a fan than which we all are fans at the end of the day of wrestling. Even Vince McMahon, he probably was a fan, or I assumed he was. Oh, that was a good one, two. I don't know, but pretty much everyone in wrestling, they were a fan at one time before they actually were in the business. But Tony Khan comes more of as a fan, and I feel like his mindset is losing CM Punk is a big loss. And I feel like the only reason he let him go is because he had someone else in mind to take his place. Uh, and Edge has the same amount of star power as CM Punk, or if not more star power than CM Punk, because Edge has done a lot more than his career than CM Punk has. He's won more world championships. He's done everything in WWE. There's not really much for Edge to really do there. That's my opinion on that. I think Edge is gonna fill the void of CM Punk in AEW. Here we go, Brian. Oh no, not Brian Cage. Brian Cage is going for a swing. I would hope it had been Nick Jackson's. Brian Cage. Nick Jackson's gonna break it up. I'm going for Brian Cage, yes, but I'm a little bit biased about that because Brian Cage is one of my favorite wrestlers. Yes, this should be a big deal. I'm excited about Wrestle Dream. The matches sound good. Yeah, that's Wrestle Dream sounds really, really good. Prince Nana out there and not doing the swerve. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. F5. 1, 2, bam. Ref. I feel like he only does it to Swerve's theme song because that's when he really does it. He doesn't really do it with any other theme song besides Swerve's. He's not going to do it. I didn't see him do it in Brian Cage's theme song. Hey. Prince Nana's got to help Brian Cage in this one because last time he was Hangman, he just sat there and didn't do anything. But Prince Nana's became one of the hottest things in AEW. Like, out of the hottest things in AEW right now, you got Christian Cage. Of course, you got Better Than You, Baby. You got Prince Nana. He's one of the hottest things in AEW right now. And he's not even a wrestler. And all he does is a dance that's really become like a scene on Twitter, a scene on something that Eric Bischoff did the Prince Nana dance on his show with Conrad Thompson. So if Eric Bischoff's doing it, he's doing something right. One, two. It's been a pretty good match. Davis, I do too. I agree, Mark. Which match you did? Damn. That was a Hurricane Runner. God dang it. New Jackson should not have won that. Claudio should have won that, I feel like. Claudio Brian Cage. That'd have been a good match for Ray Phoenix rather than just high flying. Which Claudio and Brian Cage isn't really. Brian Cage can do a little high flying. But then again, this is the 4th anniversary of Dynamite. And I can't remember which episode it was. I believe it was in one of the first 10 episodes of Dynamite. It was Ray Phoenix and Nick Jackson, and they had a really good match on Dynamite in 2019. So since it's the 4th anniversary of Dynamite, I guess it makes sense to do Ray Phoenix and Nick Jackson because they had a really, really good match. It was 2019. It may have been after Revolution. No, it may have been 2020. I don't know. It was either 2019 or 2020 that Nick Jackson and Ray Phoenix went against each other, and it was a really good match. So I can see why they would do it. The 4th anniversary of Dynamite. Yeah. Anytime he comes in, he needs to do it. Like not just to one specific theme song. I feel like. Danny. I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name. Thanks for watching, Danny. How are you enjoying the show so far of AEW Dynamite if you're watching? The Righteousness, Dutch, and Vincent. Very Bray Wyatt like. I don't know if it's true or not, but him and Dutch was supposed to be in the Bray Wyatt storyline because they were at NXT one time in the crowd. Or I don't know why they're there, but yeah, the Righteousness are really good. They're going against Better Than You, Baby, Wrestle Dream. Not I figured it was going to be the Kingdom because it's the match they've been building up to. Or the storyline wise, that's what you would think, but that should be interesting to see MJF to mix those two guys. There are several matches I'm looking forward to watching. Jericho, Kenny, and Ibushi, and also Swerve and Hangman, the women's match. Yeah, all those are good matches. I think the match of the night, when it's all said and done, will probably be FTR and Aussie Open. Uh, because their first match, we was in New Japan Pro Wrestling, was really, really good. Normally, FTR pay-per-view matches, if they're with the team that they've wrestled against before, they're able to put on an absolute classic. Like the match against the Young Bucks, they went against them twice. The Briscoes was probably the best tag team trilogy you can ever ask for. Like teams that they've won against before, they know how to work a little bit, so they're able to outdo the last performance against them. So that match should be probably going to be the match of the night. So I'm assuming next will be the women's match or a triple threat match. And we still got that contract signed with Hangman and Swerve. We still got, I believe Jim Ross is doing a sit down interview of Christian Cage and Darby Allin. Christian Cage does not need to lose the TNT Championship at Wrestle Dream. He literally just won the match. He literally just won that championship this past Saturday on Collision. It really doesn't make no sense to take it off of him and put it back on Darby. But Darby's gotten a lot of title shots. He had one at All Out. Then he got another one on Collision. Now he's getting another one on pay per view. I feel like he's had enough title shots. I get he didn't get pinned, but that's probably what they're basing it on. That he didn't get pinned, so that's the reason he's able to. But Christian Cage should win the match. I think when Christian Cage's title run as TNT Championship is all said and done, he should be the longest reigning TNT champion. Like he should go through everyone. Luchasaurus helps him win every single match. Basically, the JBL type run. That's what I say about MJF's run. They give him the JBL type run. That he's just cheating any way he can. Which he hasn't been cheating here lately, but he has in his past matches. But Christian Cage going through everyone and bringing back that prestige to the TNT Championship. I think if anyone can do that, it's Christian Cage. Everyone says that they want to do it, but Christian Cage can wrestle. He can talk on the mic. He's got a character. He can basically make a story out of anyone there and make it one of the best stories in the entire show. But I'm hoping Christian Cage doesn't lose that Wrestle Dream. Here we go, Better Than You, Baby. He must have really banged up his knee when he last Wednesday at Grand Slam he was running, and when he fell off that big ramp for Grand Slam, he kind of tweaked his knee. He must have really hurt his knee pretty bad. No, still gonna do it. That's great. And someone play AEW Fight Forever, and who was watching? You guys play AEW Fight Forever? I've been playing a lot here recently. Mainly, a lot of people online I've been playing with, and also Stadium Stampede I've been playing quite a lot. I'll never get old of MJS saying, cut the music, cut the music. Fans are hot for MJF. I will say, even though AEW sometimes struggles in their attendance, like people there, somehow, some way, they still have a pretty hot crowd. I mean, it's not, top like a 10 out of 10 hot crowd, but it's still a pretty decent hot crowd tonight. No other company's been able to do that, I don't think. Damn. Damn. So they even still doing that? That sucks. Damn, he tore a bunch of stuff, not just one. He just came back from an injury, but at least he didn't damage his neck, which is their biggest concern on him. Relinquish. MJF isn't going to relinquish, is he? He's going to defend it on his own, isn't he, MJF? Be a 1-on-2. At least he's not. That's funny. I don't think I didn't do anything to his neck because that's the main concern is his neck. That he almost had to retire because at least he didn't. I feel like they should just not have a tag ROH tag time match and just he's gonna go against both of them probably. Yep, I knew it. Well, that's one way to do it. I knew that was coming. This is getting old now. Roderick Strong doing that whole. They need to move the needle a little bit in this in what he's always out of the hospital in a wheelchair. He got whooped by Joe twice. He got whooped him twice. Well, he's I wonder how long he's going to be out for. Now, what is this stuff about Roderick Strong? You know they're both injured. Well, one's fake injured and then the other is actually injured. Custom wheelchair. Wow. I've seen it all now. What is this? Bullet Club? Wow, they can't even say a word and gets interrupted. Oh man, are they gonna do Jay White and MJF at Wrestle Dream? Are they actually gonna do this? He's gonna wrestle twice in one night again. This is a dream match. This is a dream match. Yeah, I want to know, Taz, too. What is this about? Yeah, I agree. What the? Yeah, I agree. Oh, hey, Club Gold left him going on his own. Should be interesting. MJF and Jay White on the mic toe to toe. It should be interesting right here. If I don't read any of the comments while this is going on, it's because I'm watching this promo. Crowd's behind MJF. Uh-oh. Then actually booed Jay White, which is the actual heel, so he would obviously be booed, but Card Blade. They actually made that whole character. Here we go. MJF can. He just went out at MJF. He can diss back. That is laughing. Damn. Damn. If you're gonna just max on the mic, Be prepared to be dished out, back out.
Now, Jay, hear me out. In my career, I've been compared to a lot of people. I have. And the sentiment was always the same. Sure, MJF is good, but he's no Blake. Sure, MJF is good, but he's no Blake. And as my star rose, the names got bigger and bigger, the goalposts keep moving, and it never bothered me. Jay, it never bothered me. That is, it never bothered me until I read, sure, MJF is good, but he's no Jay White.
Crowd's behind MJF. Sam bullshit. They're really behind Max tonight.
You see, I didn't understand why it offended me at first, but now we're standing eye to eye in my ring in front of my beautiful pores.
He said pores. He still calling the crowd pores.
Very apparent to me why. You see, Jay, these people know better than anyone. I'm like a fine filet mignon. Thing about filet is it's its own thing. If it's on a plate, sure you can have other crap surrounding it, but the plate's all about the filet. Much like when I'm inside this ring, the show is all about MJF.
He did his own LA Knight thing. Like LA Knight MJ. He did it. I like that. MJF sounds a little bit better with the way he does it. I know a lot of WWE fans won't agree with that, but
To convince them that you are also filet mignon, in reality, Jay White, you're tofu.
tofu.
Funny thing about tofu, Jay, it takes on the flavor of whatever you want it to, but you need to add something to it in order to trick yourself into believing it has taste. And Jay White, you have been given everything. All the finest spices, herbs, and accoutrement, the cool entrance, the cool nickname, the cool theme music, the cool t-shirts, big match opportunities. You were handed the keys to one of the greatest wrestling factions of all time. However, if I pluck it all away, I am left with nothing but boring, bland, tasteless tofu.
He's really blasting MJF. Jay White's got to fire back
And now here you are,
very, very strongly.
trying to hop on my plate, steal some of the champ's flavor, huh? And you know what? I don't even mind, because I see through you, Jay. You're all hype. You are nothing more than an intelligently produced, mass-marketed vision of what someone in Japan thought was a top guy. So
Damn.
allow me to
Damn.
fight.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty hard.
Here's the deal. If I were you, I would leave this ring and I damn sure wouldn't keep talking smack to my pores.
He's very Jay White at this point. Jay White's got to fire back strong. He's got to.
For the rest of your career, whenever our names are mentioned in the same sentence, it will read as follows. Sure, Jay White's good, but he's no Maxwell Jacob Friedman because I'm better than you.
That's how you cut a promo right there. That's how you do it. That's how you cut a promo. If you need promo lessons, the best guy to learn from is MJF. Now, how do you follow up on that? Let's see. See if Jay White can dish it back. MJF's done created a chant. They're gonna chant at Jay White now. Tofu. Is it tofu or tofu?
Situation with Adam Cole. You think about it, it's kind of unfold. Let me explain. You see, if I didn't temporarily end Adam Cole's career after Fit and No episode 1, then maybe you don't develop a soft spot for him on his way back to the ring. You guys don't tag together. You don't become best buds. You don't become Ring of Honor tag team champions together. You don't have the Wembley main event together. You don't have him trying to break your neck at Wembley. But hey, I guess you got him back because his ankle's broken and that
It is true.
awful. And I'm sure that your neck really isn't feeling good after Samoa Joe last week. So yeah, Max, I think I've been ruining your life from afar for a little while now. But good news, I'm here now, up close and personal to ruin it in the flesh.
That's the great thing, is that Jay White is actually signed to AEW now. It's not like one week he's there and the next he's not. It's still real hard to believe that he's with AEW.
Champion doesn't seem so elite when compared to Switchblade Jay White, number one asset in all of pro wrestling, the last rock and roller, the man that single-handedly solved Madison Square Garden and the United Center. I'm King Switch, baby. I'm the only Grand Slam champion that matters. I'm high rolling in Denver with the Bang Bang Gang. I'm the catalyst of professional wrestling. And I, not you, I will be a truly elite champion when I feel this away from your carcass. And then you can go sulk and sulk with all your loser balls because you're just like this. You're this scumbag.
Jay White's doing pretty good. He's fighting back pretty good. Crowd's not in the Jay White. They're all for MJF.
Don't worry, Maxie boy. At the end of the day, you will have them, they will have you, and I will have the triple B.
I like the way he did that. That just pissed MJ off even more.
With the Switchblade, the new and true AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Switchblade Jay White.
He is pissing him off even more. The more he keeps talking. I feel like he's not trying not to laugh too. I knew it. The moment he said "bang bang game," MJF just lost it. In the Triple B, he got kind of pissed about that. This is interesting because normally MJF is always the one running away from a fight, but now it's him going for a fight and someone running away from him. It's gonna take a little bit of while to get used to him because CM Punk, Cody, Wardlow, he's always running away, but now he's actually chasing. We got to get that match Wrestle Dream right. They can't just. I mean, they can do it for Full Gear, but I mean, yeah, it'd be a good match for Full Gear. It'd be a really good match, Full Gear. But I don't know. That's a dream match. And you get Wrestle Dream. That's a dream match. I feel like that people wouldn't really think. Like you don't really think of a match like that, but when you finally realize that it's a dream match, as I normally say on here, the unthinkable matches is like just you know that you want like someone like MJF and Kenny Omega. You don't really think about a match like that because they're very two different styles, very different personalities, very very different. I believe Mr. Jacobs is in the comments. Yeah, here we go, Mr. Jacobs. He's part of the AZ. Anyone new here? He's part of the AZ crew. Uh, he couldn't make it on the night, but he'll probably be on Friday for Rampage or Collision. Uh, but great to see Mr. Jacobs stopping by. Yeah, that was really good. JF and White. The Bullet Club Gold with Jay White are up to something. JF cooking out. Yeah. Not to admit it. We got to get this Wrestle Dream. I agree, Davis. Jay White is talking. Yeah. At least MJF was one to back up his words. Yeah, that was really good, that promo battle. That was really, really good. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty hard. What Jim Cage just said. Jim Ross is like, where did I get in the middle of? Is anyone else's audio messing up? That was really good. That was a really good backstage segment, sit down interview. Normally, Jim Ross has very good sit down interviews. Luckily, that didn't end in physical altercation because Jim Ross is like really close to them. Mer Bradley, I really hope Christian Cage doesn't. I agree. He doesn't need to lose. He just won it. Like not even a week ago. He doesn't need to lose it. He's really hot right now. When someone's that hot, you don't have them lose momentum. When they're hot, you keep on going with it until it's not hot anymore. That's what I feel about it. If I was gonna have anyone beat Christian Cage, it wouldn't be until next year around this time probably. I would have him be the longest reigning TNT champion of all time before he loses it. What a conversation, Christian Jr. Yeah, that was really good. Here we go with the Fatal 4. Is the women main eventing tonight? Yeah, that's the only match that's left that I can think of. Now, unless they had something last minute that no one knows about. But I guess the women main event tonight. It's good to see the main eventing. Yep, seen someone on Twitter saying Christian Cage and Darby Allin just had the best ever backstage sit down interview of all time. I don't know. JR's had a lot of good, but that's definitely up there with one of the best right there because Christian Cage he's really hot right now and he's really good at storytelling, promos. He's really good at that stuff. And I will say before I forget, tomorrow night we'll be back for Talking Elite. Lane isn't on the night, but we're doing our part 4 of the All Elite Zones Dark Side of the All Elite Zone series. Uh, this is episode part 4 of that series. There's gonna be 5 parts. This is part 4. It will be about Hulk Hogan. We'll be talking about his greatest moments ever and a lot of scandalous stuff in his career. We'll talk about everything with Hulk Hogan. It's the dark side of the All Elite Zone, so it might get pretty dark. The story of Hulk Hogan. So definitely come by Talking Elite. Uh, we've had 3 other episodes. Our first episode was about Sunny. What in the dark side of the All Elite Zone? The first episode was Sunny. The second episode was about Ted DiBiase and Ted DiBiase Jr. Our last episode from last Thursday was the dark side of the Attitude Era, and part 4 is Hulk Hogan. I believe part 5 is Vince McMahon. That Lane said. I believe that's what he said. Lane said that Vince McMahon will be our last part. Now, who do you think's going to win this Fatal 4-Way? I got Pentagon Jr. winning it. I wonder if they announce MJF and Jay White for Wrestle Dream, if they're just going to hold it off a full year. I feel like he was going to wrestle 2 times in one night. He just said it, not promo, but they really need a world title match on the card. That's what makes the card complete. And we're talking about dream matches, Wrestle Dream, so that's a match you would want to put on there. Like Mike Morris, I'm not for sure. They didn't really say when it was at that promo. They didn't really say when it was going to happen. But pay attention down the bottom of the screen. They might pop something up. Wonder what storyline AEW will do if Edge is brought in. Probably Christian Cage and Darby. That's what everyone would assume. That doesn't necessarily have to be the storyline he debuts in, but that would seem the way that you would want to bring him in is somewhere around with Christian Cage. You know, Edge has never wrestled with Christian Cage. He's always wrestled with Christian, but never Christian Cage. So that's going to be, if he does come in the AEW, it's going to be interesting to see where they put him. And we still got that contract signed tonight. Maybe the contract signs the last thing of the night. It's 8:21. This match is going to have to end pretty soon for him to fit in the women's match and then that contract signing. I bet Orange Cassidy is going to win this. Personally, going for Pentagon Jr. to win this. Going in picture. I wonder how they're going to fit so I guess I bet the contract signs the last segment of the night. They cut the women's match short. Davis, I'm going for Austin Gunn. Yeah, he could win. I love Pentagon. I like Pentagon too. There's a lot of guys that I've followed. I was in Impact Wrestling before AEW started. They signed. When AEW started, it's really affected Impact more than ever. Because AEW's taking a lot of Impact guys. They took the Lucha Bros. They took Ethan Page, Ty Valkyrie. Uh, who else? Brian Cage. Willie Mack does some stuff with Ring of Honor, I believe. There's some other Impact guys I'm forgetting about. The main one that I haven't gotten from Impact yet is Josh Alexander. But if they're going to bring him in AEW, they're going to have a clear plan for him so that he doesn't get lost in the shuffle because he's a big deal in Impact. He's like their last big name. There's a lot of Hulk Hogan's life in wrestling that is still. Yeah, Hulk Hogan's had a lot of ups and downs. He was practically the reason two wrestling companies, one that went out and then one that almost somehow, some way, they survived. Uh, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we'll uncover about Hulk Hogan tomorrow night on Talking Elite. Now we're back from picture in picture. That was a good crossbody. I didn't see that coming. I thought he was going to go for Austin Gunn. I wonder if Hook wins because he's only lost one match in AEW history. Which he could lose again at a Wrestle Dream. I bet they have Jack Perry cost Hook at Wrestle Dream. That's where Jack Perry will make his return. He could have done the Canadian Destroyer. They're fixing to overdo Canadian Destroyers right now, aren't they? Right in two of them. Three of them already. Another one. Beach Break. Another four Canadian Destroyers. That's a finishing move too. You think they go for the pin? Like that's a finishing move that you should go for the pin for. I don't like that. That's a finishing move. You should be using as a finisher, not as a normal move. It's kind of like the power driver, using the power driver like it's a regular move when in wrestling people has really gotten seriously hurt over a power driver and they won the match with it. And now it's just being treated like just a normal move. And that was good. I wonder if I don't know, they're gonna tell me that contract signing. Which they've been getting a lot of overrun on Dynamite and Rampage and stuff like that. So fixing to get another Canadian Destroyer, aren't we? Oh, that was good by Penta. Orange Cass is probably going to pull it off. Beach break. Oh, Austin Gunn swoops in. Is he going to steal it? Oh man, he almost stole the victory. He came in and did the famouser. I'd have been something if he would have swooped in and won that. Oh, triple super kick. Now they're gonna overdo super kicks. I know in this match specifically, they overdo a lot of moves. Oh, orange punch. One, two. Yeah, I knew that. Orange Cassidy pulls out the win. That's a pretty decent match. Not my not my cup of tea type match, but it was pretty good. Yep, up next is Julia Hart and Blue Nightingale. So the last segment of the night is going to be contract signing. Well, that was something. I'm glad that they're making the Hangman and Swerve segment the last thing of the night. Contract signing, which they've done a pretty good job of storytelling of the match. So I think they deserve the last spot on the show. Everyone watching, you guys gonna be watching AEW Wrestle Dream this weekend, this Sunday. The weeks went by really fast. We possibly might be doing a AEW Wrestle Dream live reaction on here. I'm not entirely sure. We haven't done many pay-per-view reactions. We've done one, but it was a Ring of Honor when Tony Khan first bought it. Supercard of Honor. It was FTR and the Briscoes. Samoa Joe debuted on it. We might. If we do, definitely check our Twitter and Facebook accounts. We possibly might do one. It won't be a every time thing because it's really hard to do pay-per-views for a live stream. We might do one. I don't know. If we do one, I might not be in the same setting. This is for pay-per-views are quite longer than a TV show, so be comfortable and stuff. Speaking of figures, I need to if you want to collect AEW figures, I'm really looking forward to collecting the latest Target exclusives, the Adam Cole and Samoa Joe, which that's their first. Both those wrestlers are very first figures in AEW history. There's a few of them I need to get. I still haven't gotten the GameStop exclusives, the Elite. This is a Street Fighter. Um, a lot of them I haven't been able to get. The last two AEW figures I got was Andrade and Miro. I really love Julia Hart's theme song. Hopefully, Buddy Matthew, Malachi Black's back pretty soon. I don't think they should have lost the Trios Championships at All In. I thought that was the everything was good show except that they should have not have lost the Trios Championships. Like I know you want to give Billy Gunn a championship because he's fixing to retire pretty soon. Probably he probably won't be wrestling the next 5 years. But House of Black was very hot. They were really making the Trios Championships must see. They created their own match. I don't think they should have lost. I like the Acclaim, but House of Black should have been. They should have stayed champions for a while longer. They should have lost the trios titles to Andrade and Rush and Preston Vance. That's what they should have done. They shouldn't have done the way they're going. But maybe if when Malachi comes back, he goes for international championship, and Buddy Matthews and Brody King go to the tag team division. I'll just see them as champions. Malachi as international and Brody and Buddy as tag team champions. That would be pretty cool. AEW tag team champions, not ROH. So we got Willow Nightingale covered up. No, on Collision, she barely sprayed her with the mist. It's great to see Julia Hart getting more TV time. She's really progressed since being with the House of Black. She's really been taking on a whole nother. I mean, a cheerleader being. I don't know what kind of character you'd call her. A witch? I guess maybe you'd call her. She's really progressed character wise. Like her being with the House of Black, I'm pretty sure all three of them, Buddy, Brody, and Malachi, they've all taken her under their wing and showed her a few things about the wrestling business because I think, they've all been pretty successful. Malachi Black, he didn't really do good in the main roster. That was WWE King, but he did win the NXT World Championship. Brody King won some ROH stuff, and Buddy Matthews won the Cruiserweight Championship at WWE. So I feel like they've all been successful. How smart. Very smart by Julia. Very ring awareness. I will be right back. I have to get my phone charger. I want to finish the show. I'm going to get my phone charger. I'm at 4%. So let me, I'll be right back.
Seen this? Oh. What do you say? Do you want to play? He's always wanted someone with strength from college football with. Nice growth, Lee. We should spend more time together. Bring you someday, champ. My brother.
The end of is here. The first ever People's Choice Country Awards. Hosted by Little Big Town with performances from your favorite artists, plus your country champion and an Icon Award winner. The People's Choice Country Awards live from local listings. Constant Contact's advanced automation lets you send the right message at the right time, every time. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall.
Okay, I was at 4%. So if I wanted to finish the show tonight, I was definitely going to need my charger. Knowing what's just me, I try not to leave like that. But something like that, I don't really have a choice. Hey, what I'm watching now was how do you think the show's been so far? What has been your favorite moment of the show, match-wise or segment-wise, or what have you liked so far of the show? Or what you've most liked? It's been pretty decent. Murray's show's been pretty good. I should podcast with some friends, but thank you, Mike. We definitely appreciate it. Other than I don't know, said it on the stream, but where our goal is 500 subscribers before the year is over with. So if you haven't subscribed already, definitely subscribe down below. Last time I checked, we're at 394 subscribers, so almost 400. And as I said, the more subscribers we get, the better, the more big guests we can get. Uh, Bret Hart has been someone I've always wanted to get on here for an interview. So the more subscribers we get, the more views we get, the more chances become of getting bigger names. So if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe down below. Ooh, that was pretty good. Julia Hart picks up the win. It's kind of obvious she was going to win, I feel like. Because she's going for the TBS championship, so if she would have lost tonight, Willow Nightingale should have been going for a TBS championship. Now she's insulting to injury to Willow. Chris Statlander to make this. Here she comes, Chris Statlander. Is making the save. I wish she was gonna clothesline her. That was like a JBL type clothesline she was about to give her. I really love Chris Statlander's new theme song. I wish they would add that to AEW Fight Forever. Put it on my playlist. I just have the old version. What is going on? Is anyone else's AEW Dynamite feed blacked out? No, we're back. Best friends in the Kingdom of Collision. We also got Andrade and Juice Robinson. I wonder if there's bad weather in Colorado tonight. And this is where we're going to find out for MJF and Jay White. Wrestle Kingdom. Eddie Kingston versus Shibata. This is recently added tonight. Ricky Starks and Wheeler Yuta. That should be pretty good. Two on one. Come on, they gotta add MJF and Jay White. I can't just do that. They can't just do that. Go home show to a big match like that. Yeah, I guess we aren't getting MJF and Jay White at Wrestle Dream. That'll probably be your main event for Full Gear, I guess. I guess they're gonna wait to do it then. But MJF should have a bigger role at Wrestle Dream than that. Than the ROH Tag Team Championships. If he's out for a long time, Adam Cole, I wonder how they're gonna do that. Which there is gonna. Tony Khan did say a new era will be beginning at Wrestle Dream. A lot of people have been speculating that they might be shutting ROH down because there's so many titles they're having to keep up with. ROH not really an ROH weekly show. It's just another dark show, which they have matches that don't really have stories going on. They don't really have like big names in there. They don't really have any big time stuff going. So a lot of people are saying they're going to unify titles and just keep what they like. The main reason they bought ROH is to get the video library for all the ROH content, all the pay-per-views, all the ROH episodes, everything on the library. That's what they bought it for. The titles and stuff like that. The show is a perk, but I don't know. We'll see pretty soon what they're going to do with that. Personally, it's tricky. How would you do that? Next, we got the contract signing. That's the episode right there. Yeah, I see on Twitter there's a lot of. So it didn't just go up for everybody. There's a lot of people that the audio and ours blacked out. Yeah, it's not just me and you. It's other people too on Twitter saying that there's audio difficulty, something that they're still that their screen is still blocked out. So there's something going on. I don't know if there's a storm going down in California, in Colorado area, or if there's production issues on the AEW side, or what's. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure what happened there. It's like the technical difficulties from AEW side reaching my end. Uh, do not know what all that was about. I was looking at the comments on Twitter about the show. Next thing I know, I'm blacked out. Something's going on. All right, back to the show. Got Renee Burkett, the contract signing of Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page. Why do they have a camera right there beside the table? Ooh, what's a that's a good one. What's a buckshot to a kill shot? If you guys don't know what Lucha Underground is, Swerve Strickland was a wrestler there, and his character name was Killshot. He wore a mask, so that's a good reference to Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground will always live forever. I feel like guys like Ricochet, Lucha Bros, Brian Cage, they'll always live forever with guys like that.
didn't dare open it. But that is over with. That's over with. And I weathered the storm. I'm still here. And the thing that you noticed about me and the thing that you made me so selective with is that through that downpour, it brought something out of me. I don't know if you want to call it determination or passion or maybe hope, but it did. And now that I've had time to think about that, to really reckon with it, I've come to realize that these people have always and now more than ever deserved more from me. They deserve the best of me. And I deserve it for myself. So that's what you'll get. That's what you'll get in Seattle. That's what you'll get in Wrestling Resort. You will get the best of me. That was beautiful. That was quite beautiful. But quite frankly, that was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. It was more pathetic than Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos last weekend. Being from Seattle, thank God we got that piece of trash out of here and left him here in this dumpster fire of Colorado. So I'm gonna level with you. I'm gonna be real honest. This isn't a personal thing between you and I, hang that big swerve stripper. Quite frankly, you could have been anybody. It just happened to be you in the position that I want. Yeah. I mean, told I really just like I might have mental issues, mental problem. I might have mental health problems because I make an enemy out of somebody every single day of my life. And that's what drives me. That's what fuels me to want to motivate myself and get in the position that you are. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it for you. I am going to take this position for you this Sunday, October 1st at Wrestling Dream. Oh, and by the way, it rains an awful lot in Seattle. Swerve! Swerve, you tell me that you want this spot. You tell me you want this position, you want to be a big guy in AEW. That's what you're telling me.
It's been a pretty good. It's been a pretty good
You told me that if you had the
contract signing.
that you would have been long ago the first black AEW World Champion. And Swerve, I don't know. Maybe you would. I don't know. It's a hypothetical. The only thing you or I could do would be to live our lives in a way that the generations that come after us don't have to ask that question of themselves. And we could sit here and go back and forth all day long about whether those opportunities were handed to me on a silver platter or whether I earned them. But the thing that everyone could agree upon is that for every opportunity that I have ever had, I knocked it out of the park. So Swerve, you tell me you want this spot. You damn right, you should want this spot. But if you want to look me in the eye and tell me that you have what it takes to fill my boots, you don't.
Oh, smacked Hangman pretty good. Oh, that's pretty. I'm pretty sure it's not actually because that would hurt like heck if he would have took that pin and really stabbed him like that. That was a great way to end Dynamite. What's going on here? Jay White. This is who I think it is. That was a pretty wild ending right there. That was better than the contract signing. So there was 5 people in that, and whoever it was they had the devil mask that MJF wears. They didn't unmask herself, so is that the Kingdom, Adam Cole and Roderick Strong, and MJF was with him, and they just ambushed Jay White. If so, they got to continue that on Collision. Maybe we will get that match on Wrestle Dream, and they're just gonna make it official on Collision. That was a pretty good ending. Very. I wonder if the outage and all the audio difficulties was based off that promo based off that ending because the end kind of had like the static. I wonder if that was if that was all for that. Maybe not. Maybe there was issues like actual issues with the production, or whatever. But that was a pretty good show. Very very good Dynamite. Good go home show to Wrestle Dream. Uh, if I had to rate it, if anyone else wants to rate it, since I'm the only one here, normally we all rate the show after the show's over with. But I'll have to give the show I give it a 7.8 out of 10. Uh, no, I'll give it an 8. I'll give the show an 8 out of 10 because that ending to Dynamite was only like a few seconds, but that was a really, really good ending. There's 5 people. There was one devil could have seen his mask. So you have to wonder if the Kingdom, Roderick Strong, and Adam Cole are all working together. And Adam Cole's not really injured, and they planned this all along. That's deep storytelling, if you ask me. So I give the show an 8 out of 10. Uh, if anyone else wants to comment what they rated, because normally we all do it, since I'm the one here, I'll give you guys a little bit to rate the show tonight. The top moments for me tonight was uh, probably the MJF and Jay White promo. That was my favorite part of the night right there. Match wise, I guess I would have to go with that fatal in the 3-way, Brian Cage and Claudio and Nick Jackson. That was good. It wasn't a whole lot of matches tonight. It was maybe 4 or 5. Normally just 5 or 6 on Dynamite. There was like 5 tonight. Uh, very good show. 8 out of 10 for me. Uh, as I said, we might be doing a Wrestle Dream live reaction. I'm not for sure yet. We may or may not. I'm not for sure. But if we do, stay tuned to our Facebook and Twitter pages to where we post show updates, interview announcements, all stuff like that. But we will be definitely be back tomorrow night for Talking Elite, part 4 of a 5-part series of our Dark Side of the All Elite Zone. Part 4 will be about Hulk Hogan, the dark side of Hulk Hogan. We'll talk about the greatest draw in wrestling history, to scandals, to steroid use, to everything of Hulk Hogan you can think of. It's going to be talked about tomorrow night. Then on Friday, we'll be back for Rampage. Collision, we'll be back. I might not be on, I'm not for sure, but we will be doing a Collision reaction. I'm not sure who'll be on. If not, if I might be on, I don't know. Now, as I said about Wrestle Dream, we may be doing a Wrestle Dream live reaction. I'm not for sure. Yeah, and then Saturday, before Collision, AEZ Canada, the guys up north, they're gonna episode 9, episode 9 or 10 of AEZ Canada. They'll be a pretty jam-packed show. They they have a lot of people over there on the AEZ Canada side. They've got it packed over there. There's a few interviews being planned right now for AEZ Canada. A lot of Canadian independent wrestlers. So definitely watch AEZ Canada Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Uh, they pretty much cover everything in wrestling, not just AEW, but AEW, Impact, WWE, Canadian independent wrestling, all that. Yeah, definitely check out AZ Canada. Then, as I said, the last announcement I have for tonight's over with is next Wednesday, an hour before Dynamite. As of right now, everything's still going to plan. Of course, anything can change. But right now, everything's going according to plan. Next Wednesday, we will have former WWE star and former TNA star, the Pope, Elijah Burke. He will be on here for an interview. An hour prior to Dynamite, as I said, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you guys want to ask him a question, we'll pop it up on the chat like we did tonight. I'll answer your question, or if you just wanted to watch, you can do that. But right now, everything is planned for the Pope, Elijah Burke, to be on here. Great podcast overall. Well, thank you. Definitely appreciate it. Can be difficult doing the podcast by yourself, but we had a very good reaction of people commenting and keeping the conversations going. So I want to thank you guys for keeping the conversations going. Well, that's pretty much all I got to say. But yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow night on Talking Elite.